so much. We hope you guys have a great event. Stay safe during these times, and we're so grateful to support you again.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Andrew. I can't hear him.
Is your volume up?
That's because I was muted. How you doing, Nick?
How you doing? I can't stay long, but I'm on, you know.
Wait a minute.
That was nice of you to get on.
Huh?
Wait
That
a
was
second.
nice of you to get on.
Hey, you can't see your face. Looking at the face
Hello.
now.
You can see my face right there.
Now
I can see your face.
Everybody. I'm sorry.
I can see your face.
All right.
All right. Are you gonna?
Why you did that?
All right. Yeah. All right, everybody. We're going to get started in a few minutes. We're going to hear one more song from this great band that decided to sing from their house for our event. And then we're going to get started with the program. Everybody's going to be muted throughout this so we don't get any back feedback. And, you know, I'd love to see your faces pop on the screen here and there. Makes it easier to talk to everybody. It's a little nerve-wracking and overwhelming, to be honest. So it's nice to see everybody know who I'm talking to. But we'll play another song here from this great group, Boomcat, Ann and Paul Byrne, and we'll be right back with you. Thank you.
And Ann Byrne of Boomcat, and we are so happy to be here supporting Dutchess Mental Health of America and the Mid-Hudson Recovery Centers. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things that you do, and in my head I paint a picture. Since I come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. 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 Did you have to go to jail or put your house on up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? Hope you didn't catch a tan. Hope you found the right man who'll fix it for you. Are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair, but now you're busy. Did you have to pay that fine that you was dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie.
everybody gets the best that you can out of the program to follow.
Hope you all log in well and everybody's have very few technical issues tonight.
Yes.
We know it's tough with virtual events.
Yeah, everyone's had their share. Okay.
All right. That was kind of a sing-alongy.
Yeah.
Our last songy.
Yeah, so feel free to sing along at home. 2, 3.
Hey! Hey! Ho! Hey! Ho!
I'm trying to do it right.
Hey!
I'm living a lonely life.
Ho!
I'm sleeping here instead.
Hey!
I'm sleeping in my bed.
Ho!
Sleeping in my bed.
Hey! Ho! So show me family of the blood that I would bleed. I don't know where I went wrong. I don't know where I belong. But I can write a song. I belong with you. You belong with me. In my sweetheart. I belong with you. You belong with me. In my sweetheart. Hey! Ho! Hey! I don't think you're right for him. Look at what it might have been if you took a bus to Chinatown. I'll be waiting on Canal and Bowery. She'd be standing next to me. I belong with you. You belong with me. In my sweetheart. I belong with you. You belong with me. In my sweetheart. Love, we need it now. Let's hold both on. Love, we're beating now. I belong with you. You belong with me. In my sweetheart. I belong with you. You belong with me. In my sweetheart. Hey! Ho! Hey! Thank you so much. We hope you guys have a great event. Stay safe during these times, and we're so grateful to support you again.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
All right, everybody, can you hear me or no? Yes, you can. All right, that's fabulous. All right, well, this is something new, something we don't typically do. A lot of Zoom calls, but I've never actually managed one and tried to feed in a lot of video and all sorts of remote stuff. So we're going to see if we can make this happen. I want to thank you all for coming today. When we put the word out that we were doing this online gala, I talked to Christy Howard from our Beacon Pros office, and she said, I would love to get some testimonials from some clients down here. So I want to start this off with a pros client that we have named Robin, who wrote a beautiful poem, and she wishes us success in our event. So let's cut to that.
Happiness is a byproduct of right living. When we believe in ourselves and have the motivation and desire to succeed, we can be assured happiness. We must put forth the effort to be rid of negativity and focus on having positive energy. We must concentrate our efforts on what is good in us and feel secure that although it may be an uphill battle filled with obstacles and challenges, we can win by having a positive perspective and attitude. Success can be measured as 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but we persevere with the right mindset and we will discover that we also can be happy, joyous, and free. Thank you very much for videotaping me, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
That was beautiful. She did a really great job. She was very excited to do that. So I'm Andrew O'Grady. I'm the Executive Director of MHA and the Mark Agency. And tonight we're going to hopefully share with you a little bit about MHA. You'll get a better sense of who we are and what we do. And we're going to have some fun doing it. So I want you to sit back and relax. This is not like being at the Shadows or wherever we have our event. Just some basic housekeeping. The bathrooms are down your hall, a little past the kitchen. And there's some refreshments probably in your refrigerator or the cabinet to the left of the refrigerator. So grab that when you need to, and enjoy the night. If you are seeing this from your car, then I don't know what to tell you about the bathroom, and you could be arrested, so don't do anything you shouldn't. All right, so our program is going to run about 1.5 hours. We practiced it this afternoon. I can tell you that it was very stressful because we found a lot of small little glitches and problems, but hopefully we have worked through them all and we're in good shape. So we have 3 goals tonight. The first is to raise money, number 1. Number 2 is to show you all about MHA and let you know what we're all about. And number 3 is to raise money. So those are very important aspects in this event. So we want to tell you how you can do that. We have an online auction that's been going on for about a week now. And if you don't know about it, you can go to the chat section and on top, you'll see a link. And perhaps you can use your phone or you can go to our website, mhadutchess.org, go to the website and then click on the blue link that says auction and spotlight event. And then you'll go to another page, click on that link, it'll bring you to the registration for the auction. We have great items in the auction, and it's a fun platform where if I see Chip Simon there, let's say Chip was to bid on item number 6, and then Linda Haas Manley bids on number 6, a little higher than Chip. Chip will get a text and it'll say, you've been outbid. He'll go back in. It's going to be a lot of fun. So give it a shot and join. We have some great items in there, and I hope you check it all out. And we'll talk about those items as we go on with the evening. So why is it so important to raise money at this time for MHA? There was this guy, it looked a lot like me. He did a video about a week ago, and I wasn't going to use it because I don't know, he was wearing some weird tie and he didn't look too good, but I'm going to let him throw on the screen now and tell you all about why it's important to raise money. So here at MHA, when COVID hit the United States, especially in New York City, it started making its way up the Hudson Valley. And we had to scramble to figure out how we were going to keep our staff safe and our clients safe. And luckily, we were kind of a little ahead of the game, and we had made sure all staff had what they needed in order to work from home. And then the state was able to roll back some of the requirements and regulations that allowed us to replace our face-to-face contact with telephonic and video contact. And we did that, and our clients have been extremely happy about the contact they've had with us. In fact, many of them feel more connected now because we're reaching out to them a lot more often now because we're not driving all over the place to them. We never gave up the face-to-face contact. If someone absolutely needed something, our MHA staff stepped up and did it. We were essential employees, especially our homeless shelter never closed. Our Mark houses never closed. The case managers kept seeing people. The veterans services kept seeing people. And we're doing that now. And just when we think we're getting safe enough to open up, I'm a little afraid that this COVID's going to come around for a second time and it's going to shut things down. So how does that impact our agency? It impacts our agency because the pain, financial pain felt by this whole pandemic is going to flow further downstream. And then the states, when they look at their budgets and their funding, and the counties look at their budgets and their funding for next year, what happened this year is really going to be front and center. The state has already started implementing, they call them holdbacks. They're not saying they're cut all the way, they're saying they're withholding the money back from us for our third quarter and fourth quarter payments. Saying that they may be able to give us that money down the road, but we'll see. We don't know if that's going to happen. So we really need your help this year, and we really want to continue to do what we're doing in this community, helping our veterans find housing, helping our veterans get jobs, helping our veterans just feel more comfortable in society and make connections to people that help them do that. And our care managers are doing a great job working with 3,000 people in this community a year. We're working with children and family, and we want to make sure that we're providing services to the homeless and to people in addiction. So please help us this year. Of all the years, we need it the most this year. So be generous and be helpful. And MHA will continue to serve this community the way we've been for years and years and years. Thank you. All right. Well, that guy was all right. Ty was pretty good. Very bright. I didn't notice that when I put it on, but when I got in front of the camera and looked back at myself, I was, whoa, that was brutal. I almost had to wear sunglasses. So let me tell you why I just asked you to think about giving during this event. And you know, it's not just us, it's all not-for-profits, but this gala is about MHA. So why would you give unless you knew what MHA was? And MHA is the staff, the people that work here, not me. I might be the face of things and I might be the sound on the radio, but I'm not MHA. The MHA is the staff, the people that do all the work. Those are the real heroes, people who come to work every single day during the height of the pandemic without knowing exactly what they're dealing with. Nobody knew exactly what was going on. All they knew, they had to don big long gowns and masks and goggles and all sorts of other stuff, and knowing that at any time something terrible can happen. And they still showed up every single day to help at Mel's Place, our homeless shelter. Dave, Annette, Gloria, Jody, Priscilla, Kristen, and Anthony, Lisa and Judy, and every staff member who show up every day to our MARC houses, our 24-hour addiction recovery houses. They showed up every day, knowing that, you know, somebody could walk in that door and maybe bring the virus into the place. So we want to make sure that we're doing what we need to do. All the case managers in this agency go into homes and make sure that people have what they need and that they have access to all the care they need. Our home and community-based services, children's care management, our housing services, and our veterans programs are all working tirelessly each day to make sure that people that need our help get it. Our school-based programs are helping kids and parents. We're based in schools throughout Dutchess County. Our community education and parenting classes are going strong. We're meeting people either online in Zoom or hopefully together again soon, we hope. We have court-appointed special advocates helping families to reunite them and support them through separation. The list goes on, and I'll tell you, our agency is very diverse and it's complicated to understand. There's no way I'm going to educate you on all of it, but please check our website out at it's mhadutchess.org, mhadutchess.org. Check us out at some point, scroll through, see what we have to offer. Let me just tell you a little bit about some new initiatives that have just started or are going to be happening in the next couple of years. This is pretty exciting stuff. We received a grant from Westchester Medical Center to provide 2 care managers that we are linking to people who are, we call them frequent flyers, unfortunately, in the emergency room or the psychiatric unit. They come in, they're not really making it outside. They come back, they're constantly showing up, and really nobody has a grasp on what's going on and how we're going to help them. And we put in for a grant to assign 2 people to these individuals identified by the hospital. We drive them home from the hospital because many times they don't have anybody. They're just put in a cab and they're sent home, and home could be anything. Home could be a mess, frankly. Pills could be strewn all over the place. They might not be caring for themselves, but our care managers go. And on the way home, we stop at the pharmacy. We pick up the medications that are prescribed for them. We make sure they have it. We bring them into their house. We make sure the house is neat and orderly. We make sure that their appointments are scheduled for their follow-up, and then we drive them to those appointments. And we meet with them either by phone or in person 20 of the next 30 days. And this is proven to be very helpful. So we're involved in that. It's a fantastic grant. We partnered with the National Organization of Adults of Addiction and Recovery, and we're rolling out virtual learning through NOAR's Intersections program. And we have a weekly webcast that brings attention to issues related to addiction and recovery. We're beginning talks with a development firm, A. Le Revere Consulting in New York City, to collaboratively renovate a large vacant building on the 300 block of Poughkeepsie. This is a big deal. They're going to take one of the vacant buildings, it's actually 3 buildings, and they're going to turn it into 200 affordable apartments in collaboration with MHA. MHA is going to submit for a proposal to receive up to 50 beds, 25 to 50 beds for supported housing that we will subsidize. And then those apartments that we will place our clients in will be sprinkled throughout this 200 apartment complex so that we normalize things. We don't just stick them in their own place where they have a problem and they sit over there. They're going to be involved in everybody. It's going to be a beautiful location with a gymnasium, with an outdoor area for kids. It's going to be an absolute beautiful addition to Poughkeepsie, and MHA is going to be part of that. We're continually buying rental properties when we have the opportunity so that we can make sure our clients are housed and taken care of in that way. One of the big initiatives is that Jessica Madden will be overseeing the Dutchess County MHA Mobile Crisis Team. MHA will now take responsibility for managing the Dutchess County Mobile Team. And that's going to be starting sometime in the next month or two. So we hope to bring to the table everything that they provided, and we hope to maybe add some more to it. I'm sure we will. We have peer program. We're hiring many more peers right now, both in the addiction and recovery world and the mental health world, as well as veterans, because we want to make sure that people are getting conversations and being worked with people that have been down that road and they understand it. And that's a huge win for them. Another big project, we have a lot of big projects coming up. Another big project is that we're collaborating with 13 Hands Horse Rescue in Clinton Corners. I've been to this farm. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't remember how many acres. It seemed like 200 acres, but it's absolutely beautiful. They rescue horses from all over the country, and they're going to build an equine therapy program for veterans. They're going to go as far as purchasing a property next to them that has 8 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms. And they're going to get to a point where they can have veterans stay for up to 3 weeks, work on the farm, and participate in our equine therapy on site. Today, we received 2 great pieces of news. We just got New York State applied for a FEMA grant to help veterans. Well, the FEMA grant was throughout New York State, and they chose 4 counties to receive this money. And then in Dutchess County, they're going to roll this money out to 4 different agencies. They asked, the Dutchess County Commissioner asked MHA to provide services to veterans through this money. And it's a lot of money. I mean, it's almost $1 million to hire 22 veterans to work with other veterans. And here's the great part about this. We already work with 50 veterans who have volunteered through our Vet to Vet program to help other veterans. So what we can do is basically employ them to do this work now and give them incentive to do even better than they're doing. And another big piece of news, which is very exciting, is that MHA, well, the Mark Agency and MHA is now named in Newsweek's magazine for the Mental Health America's Mark Bolger House is one of the top addiction treatment locations nationally, named by Newsweek magazine today. I don't know how that happened, but it's fantastic news, and I don't doubt it. They do great work there. So we're being recognized nationally, which is fantastic. Back to the auction. In the chat box, there is a link. There's also questions that you can ask. And if for some reason you can't get on the auction, that's okay. You can go to our website and make a donation, or you could write a check and send it in, or you don't have to do that. Just the fact that you're here means you're a friend of MHA, and we appreciate that very much. So let me tell you a little bit about our board of directors. They're fantastic people. I feel extremely lucky to be able to work with this board. They're very supportive, and frankly, I need that because I'm all over the place and trying new things. And I send them a board report on a Friday, and by Tuesday I have to change the board report because there's 3 new things I added. And they roll with it, and they're very supportive and appreciative of, and I'm very appreciative of them. Andrew Oliver, Yolanda Armstrong Rubin, Julie Gutierrez, Dave Curry, David Brinkerhoff, Michael Hawkins, Brian Bunch, Bill Hogan, Paul Ackerman, Tiffany Fitzgerald, Jane Griesmer, Lada Hachandani, Jacqueline Klein, Sakima McClinton, Uma Satyendra. And we have 2 honorary board members who probably have known this agency since, I don't want to go far back and say they've known us since 1954 when we started, but it's possible. Dr. Ben Hayden and Harriet Fine. And they are so supportive of everything that happens in this agency as honorary members. This year we have a sad moment on our board. Jane Shulkin passed away earlier this year. She was a longtime board member for Mid-Hudson Addiction Recovery Center, the agency we're merging with, and was an MHA board member. She dedicated herself to helping others during her 42 years of sobriety. She helped countless numbers of people in her lifetime, and she has and will be missed as a vital member of this board. All these gala events have an honorary committee, and I just want to mention the people on that honorary committee. The chair is Sheriff Butch Anderson, Charles Chip Simon, thank you, Chip, Dr. Sunil Khurana, previous executive director of MHA Jackie Brownstein, James Costantino from Tehan and Costantino LLP, honorary board member Harriet Fine, Kenneth Levinson, and Mayor Rob Rollison and his wife Lori Robinson. Thank you to all of them for being large donors and funders for this event. Our major sponsors are Anthony Kavoris, Marsh and McLennan, Marshall and Sterling, Westchester Medical Center, Mid-Hudson Regional Hospital, RBT CPAs, Rhinebeck Bank, RL Baxter Building Corporation, S&E Associates, Wallace & Wallace LLC, M&O Sanitation, Jordan Hogg, Nixon Peabody, and our new partner, Amy LaRovere. So thank you to them. And special thanks to our Resource Development Committee, John Garrity, Kathleen Valentino, Noel Cretone, Tyler Mendelson, and all of you for really being here today and being part of this. It's an odd situation. I know it is. Many of you probably just want to put this on mute and walk away, but I'm so thankful you're not. You're all looking and attentive, and I love it. You can find the journal for this event in your emails. We sent out a blast. You can find it on our Facebook page. And in the journal, it highlights all the other people that supported this event. So I hope that you support them as well. Right now, I'd like to turn it over to Anthony Oliver, who is our board president. Andrew Oliver, who is our board president. And let's throw that up.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to our annual Spotlight event. I've been involved with MHA for the past 6 years, and it's been a tremendous experience. What really sparked my interest in joining the board at MHA is that I have a brother who is diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. I, like many families, have struggled to combat the stigma associated with mental illness. So really, involving myself with MHA has been a dream come true in helping educate myself and educate others regarding mental illness. Your support today and going forward is vital to continue to further the programs, the assistance that MHA provides our surrounding areas. You are important. Your donation is important. We believe that your funds will continue to help us make a greater impact in our community. So I thank you in advance for your generosity, your kindness, and your support.
Thank you, Andrew. That was phenomenal. I didn't know that when he recorded that. That was I'm glad he shared. Sharing that kind of stuff is so important and so vital in the world we work in, because we want people to not feel the stigma associated with mental illness or addiction. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we give out our award, but that stigma is what keeps people from getting the help they need. So every time somebody like Andrew stands up and says, you know, my brother struggled with this and it was a struggle for my family, is one little step toward making it normalized so that people don't feel anxious or nervous or scared to get help. Right now, I'd like to turn it over to Mark Molinaro, who is our county executive, and also Sue Serino, our New York State Senator, for a few words.
Good governing means fostering connections throughout the community. And for years, Mental Health America of Dutchess County has been an integral community partner, providing essential services to Dutchess County and our residents. Among MHA's critical services is the PFC Joseph P. Dwyer Vet-to-Vet program, which serves the courageous men and women who so valiantly served our nation. Each year, veterans in need of help turn to MHA and receive crucial services through the Dwyer Vet-to-Vet program, including emotional support, educational information, referrals to services, support groups, advocacy, short-term care management, homeless and employment programs, and social events. The indispensable services and programs MHA provides, including the Dwyer Vet-to-Vet, make a real difference in the lives of our friends, loved ones, and neighbors. And during these trying times, you can make a difference for MHA. Every sector of our community has been impacted by the current COVID-19 pandemic, and the not-for-profit organizations that serve our county have not been spared. MHA is one of the many local nonprofits that have felt the financial impact of this pandemic, and your support to continue to fill its life-saving mission would be greatly appreciated. While COVID-19 has dominated the local and national headlines, the need for mental health services and substance use treatment remains on the rise. MHA assists Dutchess County residents in need of these services and others, and your donation will benefit men and women of all ages right here in our own community. Tonight, we also honor and congratulate an organization and an individual who share the spirit of MHA of Dutchess County, the Claudio Cares Foundation, and Patrick Kennedy. Claudio Coppola was a strong advocate for mental health, and the charitable foundation that now bears his name has partnered with MHA to stomp out the stigma that all too often keeps those who are suffering from reaching out for help. Patrick is a living success story who received services from MHA for addiction and is well along his path to recovery and the quality of life he deserves. We honor both Claudio Cares for its partnership with MHA, furthering the organization's message and mission, and Patrick for showing us all what is possible with MHA when you're brave enough to take that first step. We are living in unprecedented times, and we have each been touched by the COVID-19 pandemic. Many have lost jobs. Others have seen their hours reduced and their income decreased. These are indeed tough times for many. But if you can, I urge you to support Mental Health America of Dutchess County and its vital mission that helps so many in our community. I thank you for your virtual attendance this evening. I congratulate tonight's honorees, and MHA thanks you for your continued support.
Hi, I'm Senator Sue Serino, and here to send a huge thank you to MHA and the Mark Foundation, who have continued to go above and beyond for our community during this particularly trying time. The Spotlight event has always had a special place in my heart, and although it looks a little different this year, I couldn't miss the opportunity to join in on the celebration of community organizations who do so much for so many here in our community. MHA, the Mark Foundation, and this evening's honorees, Claudio Cares and Patrick Kennedy, have each made a tremendous mark on our community in terms of helping to stop the stigma, provide key support, and connecting countless community members in need with services that actually work. Many of you know I lost my brother Don to suicide, and this week marked the 10th anniversary of his death. When I think of all the obstacles we faced as a family, all the hoops we had to jump through to try to get help from my brother back then, it still frustrates me to this day. Our community has come such a long way since those days in stopping the stigma, starting the tough conversations, and streamlining the path to help, and so much of that is because of trailblazers like those at the Mark Foundation and Andrew O'Grady and his team at MHA. I know I speak on behalf of our entire community when I say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for never giving up on our community and working every day to remind anyone who may be struggling that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel.
We hope we're that light to a lot of people. And so thank you, Sue, and thank you, Marcus, Very strong words and very much appreciated to show everybody that we have the support of our local legislators and that we are doing a great job in this community. I talked about in the beginning, when we started this conversation and we were going to have this virtual event, I asked the Beacon Pros staff if they would talk to some of their clients, and the clients jumped at the chance. So right now I want to hear from 3 of those clients who couldn't wait to get in front of the camera and tell you all a little bit about their progress at Pros.
Hi, my name is James Thrasher Jr. I'm a patient at Beacon Wellness Pros, and I learned, the reason why I come to Pros is because I need to better myself, need to learn more about myself, even try to help others that need help with themselves. What I learned at Pros is I learned how to communicate, I learned how to socialize with other people. I learned how to get along with people. I learned how to do the work that I never knew I could do before. I learned how to be a better person with everything that I desire. I write raps, so anything that I could get out of Pros, it helps, and it expands my mind, even though I have writer's block sometimes. What I like about Pros is that I feel comfortable coming here and getting along with other people, being able to talk and find out what we have in common, along with the staff. We have groups that is enjoyable, like movie groups, music groups, art groups. You also go through groups of anxiety, like coping through anxiety, and we learn how to cope through our anxiety, our stressful life, things that make us antsy, want to move around a lot. I'm more like a quiet person. I don't like to move around a lot, but I have to move around when I'm here, so I feel comfortable doing it.
My name is Dan. I come to Beacon Pros for the lifestyle of knowing that everyday life skills you can learn, from reading to budgeting. There's so many things, just to name a couple, that it's very life rewarding coming here, and it's just so many things that you can learn, and the different people that are here to help out, to see you through, just succeed in life.
I come to Pros because it makes me feel mentally better, and it helps me with my mental health. And what do you learn about Pros? What I learned about Pros is that I learned how to control my emotions and impulses better, and how to maintain my wellness, my mental health. And it makes me a better person. What do you like about Pros? What I like about Pros is that there's staff here that generally wants to help you get better, get to the point that you want to be at. And it's a good place, and it's not the fact that it's a good place. They generally want to help you with your mental health and everything.
Tonight we're giving away our Okay, so we're going to jump to that clip you were just about to see. That was really brave of them to get up and talk. The camera angle is a little rough, and the noise, but that's okay. I think you got the gist. They're just great people. I love going down there, and they're always just so motivated to help each other and to help themselves. So the staff is fantastic down there. If you didn't know, the Beacon Pros program is a day program. Clients come there from between 9:30 to 3 p.m. And they participate in classes every 45 minutes. We have a set of 3 different types of classes: how to manage money, how to talk to your psychiatrist, how to deal with your anxiety, coping skills. I think there's about 35 different curriculum of classes that people register for, and they're just doing that all day long. And many of them have a success rate that leads them to graduating from that program and moving on. And it doesn't feel like a treatment center. It's more like a classroom setting, and it really helps the clients. Every year we give out some awards, and this year we're going to be giving out the Advocate of the Year Award. And the Advocate of the Year Award this year is going to the Claudio Cares Foundation. And we did a little ceremony a couple days ago. So I'm going to play you a clip of that. And I wanted you to know that, the Claudio Cares Foundation came to us last year, and they're going to explain what led to that decision. But they really wanted to make a difference in the world of mental health and stigma. And, they came to MHA and they said, let's partner up and figure out a way to do this. What can we do differently than we're doing now? And honestly, I'm sure there's other ways, but we put our heads together, and really it's about a campaign. It's about a campaign of information. And how do you get that information out? We have a new building on 515 Haight Avenue, and I tried, and Luigi Coppola helped me, and Lisa Coppola helped me, and we went to the town, and I said, I really want a huge building with a huge space. And I said, I want to put up a big billboard of Claudio's face, and I want everybody to drive by and say, what's that all about? Then they started discussion, but we can't have a billboard because that's not allowed. So we couldn't do that. So we ended up having a little sign. It's not so little. It's probably 2 feet by 4 feet. And that sign is to the left side of the front door. So I'm hoping that when people drive by that building, they look over and they see Claudio's face, and they say, and it says, Claudio wants you to think about mental health and reduce the stigma. And maybe 2 people in the car start talking about it. And maybe there's a conversation that happens. Who knows? We do a radio ad out there right now talking about the stigma and what Claudio would have wanted. Maybe some billboards at some point, who knows? But we're going to do some great stuff together. And because they came to me and wanted to do that, I thought it was phenomenal. So this year, we're giving them the award of Advocate of the Year. And they're getting involved in this really attacks people in stage 1 instead of stage 4. That's a national MHA slogan, before stage 4. And you equate it to medical health. Stage 4 is pretty bad in certain things. It's the same thing with mental health. Stage 4 is real bad, hospitalization, whatever it might be. It's not laid out, but there are stages. And stage 1 is this, stage 2 is this. Nobody talks about it in stage 1 or 2. They think they have to hide it from everybody. They're embarrassed, they're afraid. Stage 3 happens, everybody's seeing something's going out of control. Stage 4 happens, and now you have a really long way to recovery. And maybe you don't recover. So thanks to the Coppola family and the Claudio Cares Foundation, we're going to try to attack this in stage 1 and help people. So let's see our ceremony. Tonight, we're giving away our Advocate of the Year Award to the Claudio Cares Foundation. Last year, Claudio Cares Foundation recognized MHA as a leader in the community and a program that they wanted to support last year financially so that we can eradicate stigma associated with mental health and reduce suicide. So this year, we want to give the Advocate of the Year Award to the Claudio Cares Foundation. And we have Luigi and Lisa Coppola here to accept the award. So please come on over and accept this award from MHA. Wow. And we really appreciate your partnership. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. What an honor. We're so honored to be here. Unfortunately, under the circumstances, we're not at an actual gala. But we're here to be the voice of our son, Claudio, who could not be here. He passed away almost 8 years ago, and about almost a year before he passed away, he was suffering from anxiety and depression, and he did try to silence that through an attempted suicide. And fortunately, we were home at the time, so he was able to live another year before his unfortunate passing in an unrelated event. But we are here to silence the stigma, to end the stigma, because we know that's what Claudio would want us to do. So like I said, we are his voice, and If you're hurting, just know you're not alone. All walks of life suffer from mental illness, and we had a very happy household, and Claudio was one that was always laughing, and he always had good things to say, and he was always such a support and strength for his peers. And he was suffering from mental illness and anxiety, and we didn't even know we were his parents. So that was really hard to overcome, not knowing your own child is suffering so deeply. And then when he tried to silence it with an attempted suicide, we kept that a secret for 7 years after he passed, until our son, Mark Anthony, our oldest son, said, Mom, Dad, Claudio would not want to keep this secret. He would want to help others. That's what he did while he was alive. Why shouldn't we continue to do what he set out to do while he was here on earth? So here we are today, and we're so honored to accept this award on behalf of our son, Claudio, and our family. Please stop the stigma. There's nothing to be ashamed of. We're here for all of you, and we have had so much support in almost 8 years since we've been going through this tragedy. And thank you so very much.
Thank you. Stop the stigma, embrace the support.
Hi, my name is Marilyn, and as a longtime mental health provider and the world finding itself in this state of pandemic, I can assure you that mental health services are greatly needed. Any type of support that can be provided is always appreciated. Congratulations, Luigi and Lisa. Love you.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Luigi. Thank you, Lisa. It was beautiful. Thank you. One of the great things about having an agency and having it grow is that you meet people along the way. And we've met a couple people who are fairly well known in the country. In fact, the first guy was on a Budweiser Super Bowl commercial this year. He was part of one of the Super Bowl commercials. He's a great individual who is a peace activist, and he wears a free hug shirt. And it started off just hugging people, and now he's to the point where if there are terrible riots, which are happening all the time now, unfortunately, he will go right in the middle of it, stand between the police and stand between the rioters and just say free hugs with a shirt and try to calm people down and try to talk sense into people that not all police are terrible and not all people on this side are terrible. And it takes a lot of courage, and he's an amazing man. So he sent us a little shout out. And the second is a gentleman that came to our golf event last year, Jerry Cooney. Gentleman Jerry Cooney, who was a boxer back in the early 80s. And he's become a friend of MHA. So let's hear from the two of them.
What's up, everybody? Free Hugs Guy here. I just want to let you all know I got connected with the Mental Health America group some years ago to do some lectures and keynote speeches. And what I can tell you is that they are the real deal, and just some awesome people, and they're doing amazing work out there. And they could really use your support, especially now during this pandemic. All the number of people that are going to need mental health assistance and outreach, and any support you guys can give them. They are awesome. They are amazing. And I can't wait to reconnect with them as well. Thanks so much, and I hope to get back to hugging again sometime soon. Bye.
Hi, my name is Jerry Kuhn. I want to thank you for supporting MHA. They are vital in helping people with addiction and recovery.
Jerry's a great guy. His book is very good. It talks about his life and his addiction. He had, I don't know if you know boxing history, but he had one shot at the heavyweight championship of the world, and he likely would have won it, according to him, but everybody thinks they would have won it. But he got that shot, and unfortunately, he started using cocaine and alcohol and drugs, and he didn't train very much at all. So now his message in his book, his story is amazing, and his message is, you may get one shot in your life. Don't let drugs and alcohol take it from you. It's a great message. You might just get one shot. Don't mess it up because you're not in the zone. So we appreciate very much they're reaching out to us, and Jerry's going to be a guest on our Intersection show that comes out this coming Tuesday. So hope you can tune into that. The second award of the evening is the Spirit of Recovery Award. And Patrick Kennedy is the young man who is from Beacon, New York right now. And he has an amazing story. And his story is from kind of the depths of everything. And he utilized the services of both MHA and Mark. And now he's doing extremely well. And so we want to give him the Spirit of Recovery Award. So Patrick, we're very proud of you, and we just are so happy you're getting this award.
Hi, everyone. My name is Patrick Kennedy. Before we get started, I just want to thank Mental Health America very much for their Spirit of Recovery Award. Myself, I stopped drinking January 23rd of 2015, so it gives me about 5.5 years without the drink, thank God. If we're being totally fair and honest, my life was pretty much in complete disarray everywhere, whether it's emotionally or, well, it was very much a little my own version of how I grew up. I did grow up in an alcoholic household, but it was not a household without love. I was loved very much by both my mother and my father. I didn't always know how to feel or what to feel. And with the help of others later on in life, I learned that that was my version of being depressed. And growing up the way I did and learning different tools of how to escape where I was emotionally or just mentally in general was all a piece of my process that helped keep me where I believe I needed to be until I began drinking myself. I did not drink very much at all until I was 18 after I graduated high school. I was very much a very good student, usually A's. I got into a couple very good schools after high school. However, when I began drinking, it was I absolutely used my drinking as a way to live a childhood that I believed in my mind I never had, even though I had no right to actually think that. I began drinking, and almost immediately I began in legal trouble. I was almost kicked out of college. Even with that, I only lasted 1.5 years because of my terrible grades and complete apathy. The drink definitely made me completely apathetic to everything and anything around me, and that included other human beings. And it wasn't always on purpose, because, like, if there's one thing my mother taught me, it's how to love other people and how to understand what they're going through. And the drinking very much kind of blocked all of that. And I became a very emotionally isolated person. I was still always around people. However, I had always been a chameleon, as in I could really get along with anybody, but I had these walls up that protected me. However, when I began drinking and as time progressed through my 20s, the walls became larger and larger, and I would still talk to anybody and everybody, but all I was worried about was when I could get back home and keep drinking, or when am I going to get back to drinking, or when am I going to do this and when am I going to do that. And I was also able to ignore all of those people around me who loved me, watching me in this complete downward spiral. I spent more of my 20s than I would have liked in rehab and jail. As we hear a lot, jails, institutions, and death, that was very much me, because I was on the path to death. And if we're being completely honest, my last day of drinking, I was on a path to death. And very thankfully, that did not happen. My path to recovery began in jail. I woke up in jail, and I just knew that it had to stop, that I needed to escape my own reality that I had made. And like drinking and driving and doing all these other stupid things, because that when I wasn't drinking anymore, I realized what I was doing to other people, and how at least other people looking at me who might not have known me, that like I had become the kind of person you don't want around. He doesn't care about others. He only cares about himself. Just with me, I didn't care about others, no, but I also did not care about myself. And today, thankfully, I can speak very differently on that. I've recorded this a couple times, and I've kept like putting it off because I've been waiting for this perfect time, because I've been in kind of like a depressive episode now, and I've been trying to get out of it and get out of it and get out of it, and I just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And I realized that being that this is a Mental Health America event, that maybe this is the perfect time to actually do it, because I would not have gotten out of the hole I'm in without the help of Mark Housing and without the help of Mental Health America. It would have never happened. About 5 months after I was arrested, my mom passed away, and I was also told I was going back to jail, and not only jail, but I was going to prison for a long time. And I wasn't even mad about it, because I knew I probably deserved it. And thankfully, that did not happen. However, with the help of Mental Health America, I was able to restabilize my life, and I wouldn't have actually done it without them. I was able to really have this umbrella around me of help, in terms of there was always a counselor around to talk to if I needed to. There was a lot of other men around me in the house, thank God, at a Bolger house. These things I would not have been able to make it through. I just know I wouldn't have made it. I just lost my mom. I was going back to jail, and just the help of what was going on around me really allowed me to keep putting one foot after the other, and just not pushing through, because that's not always helpful, but kind of being able to take in everything happening around me, and then using it to make me a stronger human being. And it's a lot of it, in my mind, this is a little off topic and maybe a little cheesy, but there's a song by Paramore, and mainly Haley Williams. It's called Take Happy, and it kind of describes how we put on this air about us that we're going out in public, that we act like everything is okay. And I know that's the story of my life, and I know I can't do that anymore. That's the message I would personally like to convey to everyone here, that it's okay to not be okay, because if we admit what's actually going on with us, then maybe we can actually get help and move on. Every human being in the world has value. And I believe if we allowed that to come out, everything would be a little bit easier and a little more loving, because there's just not enough love out there in the world. Not right now, not in 2020. And then last year, last January, I also lost my father. And my parents were a little older, but it's not one of those things I was quite ready for. I really wasn't ready for it, and it came. But again, with the support of just all the people and the institutions around me, that I was able to actually push through that as well. I'm still dealing with it every day, but because I love others and others love me, even on the actual days it's tough to admit that. You know, it really helps. It helps you push on through, and also just keeping alive the memory of what your loved ones mean to you. Another message I would like to put out there is, please tell the people close to you that you love them and you care about them, because we never know what's going to happen. Life is not fair. I know the universe is not fair because I'm still here. And I don't know. All I know is that I'm happy. I'm happy with the way everything turned out. I don't know if I would have changed anything, because I'm a much stronger human and I'm actually capable of handling the things that have happened in my life now, as opposed to 5.5 years ago when I wasn't even capable of doing anything. I wasn't capable of even getting out of bed. And it's okay to have days like that. It very much is, because that's just the way we are. So, in passing, or in closing, I just want to tell you all thank you for listening. And I have a little note here. Just wanted to remind everyone that, like, a lot of times we need to get out of our own way, and we need the help of others to really do that. And, you know, again, these past couple weeks, I've had a rough one, but all of us have. It's 2020. This has been terrible for everybody. And with the help of each other, if we actually just step out of our own ways and just let others help us and ask for help, which I'm terrible at myself, but if we learn to ask for help, then maybe this terrible stigma around mental illness will possibly at least lessen, if not completely go away, because I think that's the goal. Alcoholism, drug addiction, mental illness in general. It is who we are as humans. No one's perfect. So I just want to thank you for listening. Again, my name is Patrick Kennedy. I'm 35 years old, and without the help of Mental Health America, Dutchess County, and Mark Housing, I would not be where I am today. I'd be in a much different place, and I don't think I would like it there. So thank you very much.
Patrick, we're going to unmute everybody because I want everybody to show you how much you're loved by everybody on this group. So go ahead and unmute John, and let's give him a round of applause. We're here for you. We always will be. And all these people are here for you, and you have a lot of people in your life, I'm sure, that are as well. And I'm glad you're at a place where you can ask for help. And all these periods of time pass. You just have to get there, and you will. And you know, you can always reach out to us as well. So we thank you for giving that testimonial of your life, and giving us all kind and understanding words that will help us know how to treat people better in our life. Because you never know, I always start my staff meetings with, you never know, what somebody's dealing with in their life. So, when somebody, doesn't open the door the right way or doesn't do something that you don't like or looks at you funny, you don't know what their day is like. You don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know what stress they have. You don't know where they came from. So just be kind. If everybody just was kind, there wouldn't be any problems, right? Now, maybe that's, maybe that's Pollyanna, but that's what I think. Thank you, Patrick, very much.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'm mute. There we go. We're moving along, and we have like a second half to this, and the second half is focused on veterans. And I want to make sure that everybody understands the auction, that you understand how to bid. Now, within the auction site, there's also just a donate button. There's two donate buttons that say donate to MHA and donate to Veterans MHA. You can donate to just the Veterans Program, and after you hear the next segment, you may want to. Or you can donate to MHA in general. We like unrestricted funds, of course, because then we can use them for whatever we want to use them for, and make sure, and trust me when I say they're going to be used for good. We want to be able to use that money and have flexibility. But if you want to only give to the homeless day shelter, or you only want to give to the veterans right now, or that's ever the case in the future, and you go to our website and make a donation, or you send us a check, just put in the memo section, where you want it to go. And I promise you it will be allocated for that only. Those are the two buttons there that you can make a specific donation for. There are some items in here that are very interesting. One is kind of funny looking, but it is a sculptor by two very famous, well-known sculptors in New York City, and they sent it to us. It's two shrimp. I know it's an odd looking thing, but art is art. And they would sell that for $1,500, believe it or not. And they're very well known. So I don't know how many bids we have on that, but that's what that is. It's not actual shrimp. It's not going to decay over time. It's just going to sit there. Perfect for like a beach house or something. Just stick it on your dining room table and leave it there. We also have a piano. It is a used piano, but it's in perfect shape, donated by friends of ours. It does not need tuning, although of course, if you get it, you would want to tune it. A lot of people don't want to deal with an actual piano. It's a bit of a hassle, but this one is beautiful, in great shape. It's a beautiful piece of furniture, and it sounds great. And we have somebody who has donated his time to deliver it right to your home. If you have 14 steps or more, please don't bid on this item. No, just kidding. It happens. They'll have to deal with it. We have this almanac thing here. John, scroll down. I don't know if anybody realizes what that is. Oh, it's up to $45. That's good. These are actually Poughkeepsie almanacs from the 1800s. City of Poughkeepsie almanacs from the 1800s. They're in great shape, and it's a pretty cool piece. 1840 something, I forgot, but great items. Anyway, look through the items, bid them up, and or just make a donation. We appreciate it very much. All right, so now we're going to talk about the veterans programs a little bit. We have an employee who can't be here because he's actually taking his ambulance paramedic exam or paramedic class, and so he's always a helper. And he was a big part of this. He videotaped most of these things, and when you see the next two videos that he made, you're going to be very impressed. I think he wants his job to be here, but he has a hobby, which is making movies and making films. And I think that's going to be his main job someday. And I'm going to be sad when he leaves us, but I'm going to be very happy for him. So we're going to show, we're going to introduce you to Tyler. He's going to explain about a movie that he made. I'm going to do the trigger warning right now about the movie. I was going to break back in, but we'll just go from one to the other. It is a tough video to watch. It's 15 minutes. It's very deep. It's about veteran suicide, and he'll explain to you, it's very simple, but it's very powerful. And he'll explain to you, the meaning behind it and how, our world of texting and communicating by letters as opposed to words can make a big difference in somebody's life. So Tyler.
Hi, my name is Tyler Mendelson, and I work for the MHA of Dutchess Veterans Programs, specifically running the Vet Tap program, which helps veterans find jobs. So I'm here today to share a film that I made with you. It's called In Between the White Space. Not a lot of people in the MHA community really know that I'm a filmmaker, but it's something that I've been pursuing since I was a kid, and it's something that I'm going to continue to pursue. But I have been recently making films about veteran issues. My last film was a World War I film called The Hun, and that's sort of paying tribute to the veterans who died during the First World War. And this film that I made, In Between the White Space, is about veteran suicide. And that's a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. 3 of my friends who I deployed to Afghanistan with in 2012 committed suicide after they returned home. And I wear their names on my wrist every single day as a reminder and a way for me to remember to be better and to do all I can to help people. And it's part of the reason why I wanted to join MHA and help out here and do whatever I can to help veterans in their struggles. So this film, In Between the White Space, is about 2 veterans who are sitting down having a conversation through text message. And it shows the way that we struggle with communication in today's world with all the technological advances we have, like texting and the internet and all that, and how it's really ruined the human aspect behind conversation and, you know, just our basic way of dialogue with each other. And we can never really know through technology how people are feeling when, you know, compared to if we were having a normal face-to-face conversation. I couldn't really read your expressions as well. So somebody could, you know, say that they're fine, but they're really not fine at all. And they might just be trying to hide that. And this film deals with, you know, some of those warning signs that are there that we might not pick up on. And I just think it's an important subject that really needs to be shown, because there's just so many veterans who are committing suicide, and there needs to be more that we can do. And just people in general, there's just so many people who commit suicide, and there has to be a better way that we can handle this subject. And I wanted to make a film that really doesn't hold back on the issue and shows a little bit of the struggles that modern veterans are going through, their mindset, things that I felt when I came home and struggled with in my transition. And a lot of my friends and everybody I know in the veteran community just basically felt the same way. And most modern films in Hollywood really try to show, you know, veterans with, you know, battle scars and PTSD, but it's not always about PTSD. I think most of it is just the transition for veterans in returning to civilian life and how isolating society is compared to that mentality that the military gives you in always being around your brothers and sisters and, you know, doing everything together, being told what to do, when to do it, and always having a team. And that is not the case in society anymore. So I wanted to touch into that aspect. And the film really is a lot of my own personal issues that I had and things that I struggled with, and as well as good friends of mine who, you know, I tried to help along the way. And luckily I did. I caught the warning signs, but not everybody is so lucky. And, you know, I'm hoping that this can be something to raise awareness for the issues at hand. And I would just please request that you take the time to just listen to these words from the film and know that it's near and dear to all veterans' hearts. And there is something that you're able to do right now. And if you could please donate to MHA of Dutchess, because we here at the veterans programs really do make a difference, and we do save lives and change lives for the better. And I'm so fortunate to be working here amongst my team and to see the miracles that we do every day. Thank you.
Hey. Mike, you up?
What's going on, Cody? Just went to bed a little while ago.
I'm sorry. Don't want to keep you up.
Nah, it's okay. What's up?
About to leave the bar down the road. I need to go out for a bit. I haven't been sleeping.
Again? What's on your mind?
Just, life, I guess. Been thinking back on Afghan.
5 years. So crazy, right? Time really is flying.
Feels like yesterday, but also a lifetime ago. What are we doing?
We got older, and we got out. It's just what happens. Had to happen sometime.
I'm just so fucking tired, man. We had mortar shot into our camp every night there, and I slept like a goddamn baby. My own bed at home, and I stare at the ceiling until I leave for class. What the fuck is wrong with me?
I think it's because back then all us Marines were around. Felt normal. Safe.
Why doesn't society feel normal and safe?
Have you told your family you feel this way? They might be able to help you if you can make them understand.
It's like talking to a wall. No one understands besides people like us. They think I'm crazy. I literally keep my AK in bed with me to help me go to sleep. That's my sense of security and comfort. What else do I have?
You still have a life. The Corps was what it was, and we made the most of it. You have to do the same now and make the most of the present. I really wish I had the answers to make it easier for you. I'd go over to hang, but, you know, obviously I can't. It sucks. We're all in different states now with jobs and school and our own lives. But that's life, man. We need to move on.
Things are just so easy over there. Like you knew you could die at any time, but that was all you had to worry about, so you didn't worry. It's like we were on an island and the rest of the world didn't matter. Family, girlfriend, school, work, social media, no bullshit. It was so freeing without it all. Just all of us together in the dirt. Nothing else.
Cody, you're drunk, man. You shouldn't be thinking about all this crap. That's not gonna help you sleep.
Not much to do about that, Mike.
Well, just know it'll get better after a while and maybe look up easier ways to fall asleep. Stay strong, man. Look, I got work in the morning, so I really gotta get to bed.
Hey, just stay up a few minutes more. Please.
Okay.
Hey, do you remember when we got to that the little fob past Goresk? I can't remember the name, but it was literally an empty lot with HESCO barrier walls, some PVC pipe piss tubes, and a porter shitter.
Yeah, that place was absolute shit.
Absolute shit. But do you remember the circumstances of being there? The Vic with Rivera, Doc Jones, and Autry got hit. I think it was like 4 trucks up from me. I was in my turret and saw the whole thing. shit was the most terrifying fireworks show I've seen in my life. But it was even more amazing that they lived. All of them from the truck and without a scratch on them. I mean, the explosion came from the side of the road, not directly under them, so I guess that played a factor, but still. We trucked them into that fob for the night, and even though those coward bastards with the detonator got away with knocking out the MRAP, it was our victory because our friends were alive. And we went into that dirt lot and rested for a bit, and then, like we were a bunch of kids during recess, had that big football game. You know, it's just so funny to think about in a war zone, sweaty, exhausted, and disgruntled, but someone breaks out a football and everyone just gets up and plays like it's in their American blood. I mean, even the guys that had just been blown up played.
I know, right? It was like the oddest but most satisfying little event during deployment.
But, remember what happened after the game?
Black and milds.
Black and Miles, man. Yeah, we sat up on top of your truck with the pack of Black and Milds I was saving all deployment, and we smoked watching the sunset. Yeah, even in such a nasty, disgusting, shit-filled dirt lot in the middle of the desert. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I know. I really miss that. That was such a good moment, and there isn't even a single photo of it. I wish we at least had that.
Yeah. Some things are just more special left in memory. Get some sleep, Mike.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Hope you can get some sleep. Good night, man.
Thanks. Take care, okay? I love you, man.
Yeah, love you too, Cody. Hey. Yo, you up yet? How'd you sleep? Remember that time at the bar Miller smashed that big jar of Habasaki? Dude, you're starting to worry me a bit.
Hi, Mike. I'm sorry. Cody's gone. We don't know why, but he killed himself last night. His coworker found him, and we've been with the police. I remember he told me about you. I'm sorry I didn't get to meet you sooner. I'll get in touch with you soon about the funeral details. I'm so sorry you had to find out this way. We're just having trouble making sense of it all. Please, take care.
How could you do this, Cody? You stupid fuck! You told me you were fine last night when I spoke to you! You fucking lied to me! I should have paid attention more. The distance, and you have school, and you have family and friends that are close by, and I failed you. I love you, man.
Hello, my name is Anthony Kavoris, and I am the new director of MHA's veteran programs, which includes the Vet-to-Vet peer mentoring services. It includes the HERO program, which is a housing program for homeless veterans, and VetTap, which is an employment program for veterans. We like to consider ourselves as a complete wraparound service for veterans. Because we're attached to MHA, we have other services that are available, such as substance abuse programs and mental health programs that are available. We also partner with a lot of other veteran service agencies around the county, and around the Hudson Valley. So we are able to refer veterans to pretty much any service that they need. We work closely with the VA and the Dutchess County Veteran Service Agency, and my friend Adam Roach just picked up the directorship over there, so I'm really looking forward to a really good partnership with them. And that's what we do for veterans. It's a big need in the community, especially when it comes to homeless veterans or veterans that are about to lose their housing. Employment's a big issue. Transportation's a big issue with veterans. They need help getting to their appointments. They need help getting to their employment opportunities, clothing, furniture. We pretty much can do it all because of our partnerships and our relationships with the community and with the other service agencies.
A lot of the veterans don't understand the plethora of organizations that are out there for the help of them directly in Dutchess County here. We have our, not just the MHA Dutchess Veterans Programs, we also have our SSVF, the Supportive Services of Veterans Families. We have the Committee of War Veterans, and we also have the Hudson Valley Veterans Alliance, and also the Tommy Sir Helen Fund that we talked about. One of the things that I really want to stress is the importance of these programs for the wraparound services to help our veterans out here. Coming from MHA, learning the mental health side of a veteran, seeing them at their absolute worst, and literally when they come into our office over at MHA, they're just at their lowest, and it really is. And you could see there's just black in their eyes. It's dead in their eyes. And then from going from each station with what we have at MHA to offer, you could just see the light coming back, and there's hope. And then we call our Dutchess County Division Services and put a claim in for these veterans. And right away, right there, you can just see the change in them, and also the change in their family. A lot of the times, the family members are the ones that call us when there's issues going on with a veteran, because not for nothing, we're stubborn. That's the way we are. We're not going to admit that there's anything wrong with us. So it's important for the loved ones out there to really give us a call and stress the importance of mental health, and also what we have that the county has to offer as far as our probation. We want to incorporate alternatives to incarceration here in Dutchess County, and also do a vet court. Just a lot of services that are out there that the county has to offer that veterans just don't know about. So it's important just to give us a call, and from there we'll change your lives, and that's what we're all about.
So one of the great things that the Vet to Vet program does is hold group meetings with other veterans, where they can basically just come together and talk about anything that they want to talk about. It's kind of therapeutic without therapy. And the whole purpose of the Vet to Vet program was really established to reduce the number of veteran suicides. The number at the time was 22 a day. That's varied over the course of time, but it always comes back to basically 22 veterans a day committing suicide. Our goal is to reduce that number as much as we can. We've been very successful at it. The groups really help, and the events that we put out, there's one-on-one peer mentorship that we do from occasionally, depending on what the veterans' needs are. And the events are really, really spectacular that we were able to put out. Right now, because of COVID, it's been a little slow, but we were having movie nights, we were having bowling events, we were having picnic events. Sunset Picnic was a big one that we did. And these are events that all veterans in the community are able to go to for free and socialize with other veterans. So fantastic thing that we do, and it's one of the key elements of the Vet to Vet program.
I just wasn't planning on all of this happening so fast, so soon. I mean, the apartment, the car, job. Also, I've been able to speak to the ladies and men in the office about, whatever I'm going through. And it's been great. They've been a help. I dealt with, not a lot, but a few military organizations in New York State and different states, and some is good, and then others is just like is just basically better off winning the lottery. But this program has been, this is the best program I've worked with. It's just, and it makes me just want to be able to do more so I can do my part to help them and help others to pay it forward. And that's what this program does. It's been a blessing, truly blessing. They've been sent from God. That's all I can say, because basically it's really been, for me, a supernatural miracle, because I believe in God, and the things I've seen happen in the last couple of weeks, I can only, even though it's people, I can only use it as God, because basically I've never had this happen. I've seen it happen with other people, and it's just, unexplainable, and it's been a blessing.
So one thing I'd like to stress is the need for donations from the community. Vet to Vet, MHA Vet to Vet operates in large part with donations from the community. If the community helps us, we can help the local veterans in our community. As much as we can, we're working around all these. The more we get in, the more it goes out to the local veterans. We really stress helping them out as much as we can. We're working around all these new restrictions, and like, for instance, instead of a movie night, now we're doing a drive-in event. In our group meetings, we're separating them a little more distance. We have to find larger areas to conduct our meetings so that we can social distance properly. But all of this takes money. And in fact, I mentioned before, transportation is a huge need. Well, transportation costs money. So veterans really need to be able to get to their appointments. They really need to be able to search for jobs. Transportation is a huge part of that. That's where donations come into play. Vet to Vet has had an amazing success rate when it comes to veterans. No veteran that has gone into a Vet to Vet program has committed suicide to this point. It's a phenomenal thing. Success rate is unbelievable. We want to keep that going. And I can't stress the need for the community to do their part and help us. Thank you.
Well, that was pretty deep. I hope the second video pulled everybody together, because the first one was pretty emotional. A few things I want to say before we wrap up. What Anthony said at the end, and it's a really big knock on wood moment, is that no veteran that has attended our program at the Vet to Vet has committed suicide. That's unbelievable, frankly, because 22 people in America every single day who are veterans complete suicide. And the fact that we have not allowed that to happen in this county is phenomenal. And these guys do incredible work. I want to mention that I want to thank John Phelps. He was the veteran in that clip, and he was brave enough to come forward, and that was fantastic. I also want to thank just a few groups that really fund us in a maximum way. Is the Dyson Foundation in Dutchess County. We have the Dutchess County government funds us in a big way, and the New York State Office of Alcohol and Substance Abuse and the Office of Mental Health. The rest of our support, we do bill for some services, but the rest of our support comes from people like you in the community. If you really want to break down the veterans budget, there's a budget that pays for staff, and then there's an amount of money set aside for the veterans that allow them to use that money to spend on things like furniture, apartments, security deposit, whatever it might be, a car. They've had great success, by the way, of people donating cars and then working with local shops to renovate the car and then give it to the veteran, which you saw that in one of the pictures. It was phenomenal. And they do that about 3 times a year. So when that money runs out, then we're done with our events for the year. But those events are so well attended and so important, because veterans get out of their house. They're not alone and not isolated. They're with other veterans. They make friends, they make connections, and their world opens up. Adam Roach, who you saw in the video, and he tells this story, so I know he wouldn't mind me telling it. we got that veteran, the Joseph P. Dwyer Vet to Vet program. We got that program, and I was at a graduation party for my daughter, and I was at that party, and I saw this guy sitting there, and I said to the mother of the kid that was having the party, "Who's that guy over there? He looks so familiar." And she said, "Oh, that's Adam. That's Adam, my cousin Adam Roach. He works as a bartender at Darby's." And I said, that's where I know him from. Anyway, so I knew him going in and out of Darby's after playing basketball on Monday nights, and I got to know him a little bit, but not that well. And she told me this story about doing 4 tours of duty in Afghanistan and really truly struggling with PTSD, and he was trying to find his way, and I had just gotten a grant, and I just watched the movie American Sniper, and I said, I want to help veterans, and I want to help veterans in a way that's gonna, make their lives better. And I saw Adam, and I knew he was a great guy. I mean, he was always so friendly and kind. And I said, you got to apply for this job. So he applied, and we made him the head of our program. And boy, has he thrived. I mean, anybody knows anything about veterans knows Adam's name. So Adam is now graduated. I don't want to say graduated because I happen to believe MHA is on the top and the county. No, the county's great. But Adam is now the commissioner. Well, I don't know if it's commissioner, but he's in charge of all veterans in the county. And he works for county government, which is great for him because now he has a job with a pension going forward. And he's going to work great with MHA. And Anthony is now in charge of our veteran program. But Adam, what a great story. I mean, he struggled. He couldn't get out of his basement. He'll tell you. He had a really hard time figuring out what was going on and figuring out how to feel comfortable in this world. And we gave him a role in which he helped veterans, and boy, did he thrive. And Sue Serino, I want to thank Sue because Adam sat in a meeting. I'll remember this meeting for the rest of my life. We sat in this meeting with the head of the veterans for the county. He was filling Adam in on all these services after we hired Adam. And he said, "Oh, we have this service." So I looked at Adam, who did 4 tours of duty and discharged. And I said, "Did you know about that?" He said, "No." So this guy, Nelson, tells us another, "Oh, there's this." I said, "Adam, do you know about that?" He said, "No." 3 times that happened. And I said, "How is that possible? How is a guy who served 3 tours of duty not knowing what's available for him when he gets out, who, by the way, has PTSD?" So Nelson says, "Well, I don't know." I said, "Well, we got to get on the phone with somebody because where's the list of names of people who come into this county after they're discharged?" And they couldn't have that list because it was like against the rules or something. I said, "Well, how come the VA doesn't reach out to him?" But the VA doesn't. So Adam worked really hard. Sue Serino took up the fight. And now every time a veteran is discharged into Dutchess County, our Vet to Vet program gets the name, and we pick up the phone and we call them on day 2, day 3. We call them at day 30. We say, "Listen, we're here for you. This is what might happen. We want to tell you about all the benefits you're eligible for. And if you have any of these symptoms or anything's a little weird, give us a call. We'll talk about it." And that has done amazing things. And that's why we have 0. And I am knocking on wood because God forbid it happens, but we have 0 suicides for everybody that's contacted us for the VA, for the veterans program. So we just hope you'll support MHA. This wraps up our event for the night. I really appreciate you watching. I'd love to go through all these names. Patrick Kennedy's here, Jackie Klein, Sarah O'Connor, the Capolas, Jim Ball. I don't have a name on that one. I feel bad. Eileen Lynn, Anthony Kavoris, Kathy Williams, Christopher Lab. Oh, I shouldn't do it. There's a lot of people here, and I just thank you all. Glenn Noakes, Chip Simon, Bob Mushel, Anthony Gavoris, Joy Dreyer, Betty, Joy, Joyce, T. Duran, Hazel, Andrew Oliver, Patrick Kennedy, Eileen Lynn, Lisa and her whole family, Adam, Christine, Janet, Mike Napolitano. Thank you all for attending the event tonight. We're going to leave the auction open. Our event's going to end, but we're going to leave the auction open. So feel free to donate if it moves you. And I just thank you all for attending. You're all wonderful people. Thank you so much. Have a great night.